Welcome to Celebration Conversations. I'm your host, Sarah Taylor Young. Join me each week as I talk to singer-songwriters, artists, and friends about how they have turned their pain into purpose. Here at Celebration Conversations, it is my hope that you find motivation and celebration in your own journey. Let's get to it. All right. Well, I am here today with Girl Pow-R. They are from Canada. They are a pop group, all girl group. Tell me how you guys got started making music and just being together. Were you friends in school? Go ahead, Karina.
So, of course, we're all friends now, but that's not how we started. We actually were brought together through a process of auditions held by Canon Entertainment Group. And so we sent in a video of ourselves singing, and then from there, she chooses who she wants to come into the live audition. And then you sing, and you also have to collaborate and make choreography with other girls. And she chooses, based on who can sing really well and also who can collaborate really well, because you have to have a good attitude as well. And then we all met each other.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So not met through school. Just kind of different auditions and things. Very cool. Very cool. And how long have you guys been a group together?
Been together for about 3.5 years. In April, it will be 4. And so, yeah, we've been together for a long time now. Some girls have been in it for a little less time. I'm one of the original members, so I have been in the group for almost 4 years now. But honestly, it's like I've known these girls my whole life, and I couldn't live without them.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. So when did you guys like singing as individuals, just by yourselves? Were you like all the time singing when you were like 4 or 5 years old? Anybody want to answer that? Go for it, Ida Maria.
So I started loving music ever since during Christmas when I turned 4 years old. My mom bought me a karaoke machine for Christmas, and I used to be obsessed with it. And I used to always love singing like songs, and I always used to love playing instruments as well, like piano and sing at the same time. So then my mom started getting me into singing lessons. So I've been working on singing lessons since I was and I'm still continuing to do it now. And then last summer, I found out about Girl Pow-R and I auditioned, and then here we are in Girl Pow-R, and I've been loving it. I've been in Girl Pow-R for about a year and a half, almost 2 years in June.
Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else? Okay, we have several hands up. Okay, Cindy, go for it.
So I also started singing when I was little, and it was probably because my grandma, she was like a pianist, and so I got to join her in her classes, and I got to sing along with her, and I was doing like musicals mostly. And then after I kind of just fell in love with singing, so I decided to join Girl Pow-R.
Okay, okay. Cindy, tell me what age you were when you started getting into singing.
So I started when I was about 5 years old.
Okay, okay. All right. Anybody who else? Brigitte.
So I've always loved music as a kid, but when I was the age of 10, my mom got me my first guitar, and that's when I really fell in love with music. I'm now 14 and playing the electric guitar, and I just started singing last year. I've always sung, but started taking vocal lessons last year.
Okay, okay. And you guys are dancers as well, right? Do you take dance classes too? Yes. Okay, okay. Go for it.
It's Aisha.
Aisha,
Um,
thank you.
so I've been dancing since I was 10 years old. How I started dancing was there's this app called TikTok. Well, it used to be Musically, and I started dancing on there. And then after, my mom saw that I was dancing a lot, so she started putting me in dance classes, and that's how I became a dancer. And I really love music. If there was no such thing as music, I would really I don't know where I'd be right now, but I really love music and I have a passion for it, and I think I would be really good at it in the future.
Yes, yes. I listened to to y'all's. That's how we say you're in in Nashville, Tennessee. Yes, go ahead and laugh. Ha ha ha. But I listened to y'all's music on if you ever moved to Nashville, Tennessee, you have to learn how to say y'all. I listened to your music and I was pretty impressed. Back in my day, I'm probably showing my age, but the girl group that was really popular when I was y'all's age, yes, say y'all again, was the Spice Girls. Do we know about the Spice Girls? Yes, I saw y'all's cover of it. Yo, I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Do y'all have nicknames for yourselves in the group? Yes, Brigitte, you want to
Yeah.
answer that? Or Ida Marie?
I have multiple nicknames, but one of the main ones that my mom gave me was Busy Bee. But we stick with B because my name's actually French, and a lot of people cannot pronounce it. So I'm like, you guys can just call me B. That's fine with me.
Oh my, okay. All righty. Anybody else? Aisha?
I don't really have a nickname in the group, but yeah, I don't have a nickname.
Okay. Okay. Karina or
I
anybody else? Go ahead,
sorry.
Ariel.
Hi.
Excuse me.
I feel like I make up like names for everyone. I always have a different thing I say, like every month it's different. So this month I'm calling everyone Bay. So I'm like, oh, how are you doing, Bay? What's up, Bay?
That's
So
like the nickname of the year or something, is it? That's
yeah.
like a thing now with your age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in my day, there was Sporty Spice, Ginger Spice. Do you all know about the Spice Girls? Yeah. My favorite was Baby Spice because she had blonde hair like me. So always very sweet. So tell me about you guys have been on tour, right? Yeah. Tell me what that's like being a teenager. Go for it, Karina.
So yeah, we've done a lot of touring all around Ontario, different Rip Fests, just a bunch of different festivals, mostly in the summer, like every weekend. I swear, like we at one point we were in a different city every weekend, so it was a lot. It was really busy, but it was a lot of fun. But actually, last summer, and I'm so glad that we got to do this before COVID, we went on something called the Boys of Summer Tour, and it was in the U.S. So we went to Washington, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. So there were 4 stops that we went to, but there's other stops that we didn't do just because like we chose to do those specific ones. But it was a lot of fun. Boys of Summer Tour was a bunch of influencers, and they called it the Boys of Summer Tour, but there were girls on there too. I think just because originally it was started by like a group of boys, but it was just so much fun. Like there were so many people waiting to see us and all the other influencers, and we got to meet a lot of people who were like singers and TikTok, YouTube, musically, bunch of those people in that realm of creators. So it was just cool to make contact and also meet fans and just a bunch of people, like even like cool photographers. Like I think Calissa and I made friends with like one of the photographers there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in on that? See hands. Emma, go for it.
Yeah, I also went on the Boys of Summer tour, and honestly, it was really cool. I like how you said, like, how does it feel being teenagers being on it? Because it was really cool, like, doing that, like, as a teen, because the whole audience there was, like, teenagers, right? Because they're there for the, like, influencers that are a bit older, but kind of teenagers, and they're like just influencers on social media, and it was so cool that I got to meet them because I never thought I would in my life. But it was so cool being on stage, and it was such an awesome experience.
Yeah. So are you guys planning on going back out on tour anytime soon? With COVID going on, is there any kind of talk? I know here in the United States, we're doing a little bit of like drive-in concerts. Are you guys doing any of that kind of stuff? Go for it, Emma.
Like mostly we're just doing online concerts. Like I think it's Saturday is our Christmas concert.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm right, but um,
Okay.
tell me if I'm wrong. But um, yeah. So it kind of sucks with COVID and everything.
It's on Sunday. It's on Sunday. It's on Sunday. It's on Sunday.
Our Christmas online Zoom concert is on Sunday, this Sunday, and we're also doing an event. I'm pretty sure where it's like what you said, a drive-by. So families are going to drive by and they're handing out toys. I'm pretty sure, and we're going to be singing there.
Oh, that is so sweet. That's so sweet. Callista?
I just wanted to mention we're also doing another tour. We're not completely sure on the dates yet because we don't know when this whole COVID situation is over, when the borders, I don't remember, are the borders open now to go to the States? I don't think they are. But when the borders open and COVID's all finished with, we're going on a tour in California to high schools and to perform at different local high schools around the area. And I'm super excited because I've never been to California. And that will be a super fun experience, especially being around kids our age. And just getting to meet new people, getting more experience performing, and getting to be in a new place. It's always so fun.
Yes, yes. I don't know if you guys know, but California's had some pretty crazy things going on this year. So y'all just be careful, when you do that. Each of you, I thought this was so awesome that you guys all have an individual cause, a social cause. Tell me, somebody raise your hand and tell me if you want to talk a little bit about yours. Ida Maria, go for it.
So my social cause, so each girl in the group has a social cause on how they want to inspire the world and make the world a better place. So my social cause is generalized anxiety disorder. And I actually suffered with generalized anxiety disorder my whole life. I'd always be scared to go anywhere because I was always scared of leaving my mom. But music kind of helped me through that and kind of just showed me that I can do anything and I don't need my mom, obviously we all need our parents, but I feel like because I was so obsessed because I was scared of just being on my own and being alone, but music has really helped me through that. And I want to show younger girls and I just want to show everyone that it's okay to feel that way and you just need someone to talk to. So what I've been doing is I've been going to local hospitals where people suffer from anxiety and I've been talking to them. So I was supposed to go this summer, but because of COVID I couldn't, but hopefully I can go next summer.
Yeah, that's something I think a lot of people struggle with. I know when I was your age, I actually struggled with a lot of anxiety as a teenage girl. It's hard in this day and age. There's so much going on in this world, and yeah, but it's good that you are being an advocate for it and letting other people know that they're not alone, because I felt like the strangest girl in my high school when I was your age. Like, nobody understands what this is. I feel like a freak or, just very odd. So anyway, that's just awesome that you're doing that. Anybody else want to share about their cause? Ariel?
This is a really good question. My social cause is the Heart and Stroke Foundation. The Heart and Stroke Foundation is a nonprofit organization that raises awareness for heart strokes, heart attacks, and more. I chose a social cause because actually my grandfather passed away from a heart attack, and I just wanted to dedicate the social cause to him to raise more awareness to it. And I also wrote a song about it. Yeah, I really miss him a lot. And also to bring awareness, I ran for the Toronto Waterfront Marathon, and it was in support of the Heart and Stroke Foundation.
Awesome. I think it's awesome that you guys are all contributing to a cause that hits home for you all. Anybody else want to talk about theirs? Cindy, and then we'll go Ashika.
So my social cause is actually for a charity called Me to We. And so what they do is they encourage the youth to go and make a change. And I was actually the leader of it at my school club. And we raised over $500 in selling Rafiki bracelets through the website. And actually this summer, in March, I was supposed to go on a volunteer trip to Peru to help in local clinics. And it got canceled really last minute because of COVID-19, but hopefully I'll go next year or in the next years. But yeah.
Okay, awesome. Ashika.
So my social cause is feeding the homeless, and I think this is like super important. And I chose it because whenever I would like walk down the streets of Toronto, which it's like a lot of people that are just sitting on the streets, and it's just honestly so sad to see them. They're like by themselves, and they're like little kids, like so little. They're like probably 5 years old, toddlers, pregnant women, just sitting on the streets without nothing. And honestly, I think and I also chose it because it was something that me and my mom would do together every Christmas. We would home make cookies, food, and I'm Indian. So I like make a lot of like spices, and we want to like give them something great and a big present for Christmas. So we go there every year. I couldn't do it this year because I just want to be safe this year. So I'll try and do it next year. But every year I would go down to the streets of Toronto mostly and just give it to anyone I see. And honestly, just see their smiles every year is just so heartwarming. And I think it's just nice because if you think about it, it's kind of like you're giving them another day to live. You're giving them more hope to like keep on pushing and see if they can try and fix their situation.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I actually work with a lady that is friends with Dolly Parton here in Nashville, and she works. I work with her ministry, and a lot of women that are in those situations come from domestic violence situations, which is really sad. And I'm a survivor of domestic violence myself, growing up. So those things are hard. So that's a beautiful cause. A lot of those women are probably just trying to make it and get somewhere safe with their kids, and they don't know how to do that. So that's how they are where they are. Anybody else want to talk about their social cause?
Mine is also feeding the homeless. It just pains me to just go walk in Toronto or walk in Barrie and just see someone sitting there with like no food or begging and no one's giving them anything, and it just hurts me so bad I want to cry. And last year what I did was also feeding the homeless. So we baked cookies and we went to a certain place and we packed a whole bunch of like backpacks for them, and then they brought them to all around and gave it to whoever they saw who was homeless, and had a big backpack full of like shirts and hat, mittens, and also the cookies we made.
Awesome. Karina.
Sure. Okay. Hi. So my social cause is Give Peace a Chance and anti-war. And so basically I just want to make the world a better place in any way that I can, whether it's donating to charities, volunteering, or getting Girl Power to perform at events. So for example, an event that I got Girl Power the opportunity to perform at was actually one through one of my high school friends. Actually, like she is such a good friend. Like she just contacted me. She's like, Girl Power has to perform at this. So I was like, okay, I got you, girl. So it was a Hakuna Matata coffee house, and it was during exam season. And so everyone was like really stressed. Like everyone was like, I need to just like relax. And so Hakuna Matata means no worries, as I hope we all know.
Yes.
And so we went there and we actually played instruments at this performance, which we don't get to do at every single performance. So like, for example, the Boys of Summer 2019 show that I talked about, that was mostly like choreography, singing, like dancing, more dancing based. We didn't play instruments there, but at this performance, I remember I had my guitar, some other members played their instruments that they play, and it was just like really calming and relaxing and soothing for like a day to just, have fun and calm down and de-stress from like studying for exams. So that was called a Vision Youth event. Again, it was called Hakuna Matata. So shout out to Vision Youth for getting us that opportunity. And also something else that I did to promote Give Peace a Chance was doing a cover by Imagine by John Lennon. And I posted that on Girl Power and also my own personal YouTube and everything like that.
Very cool. Very cool.
My social cause is homelessness. And the reason why I picked the social cause homelessness is I really honestly feel bad for them that they're living on the streets or living somewhere like not in a proper home, and they don't have enough healthy food and healthy water, especially during COVID and winter. They're probably like not doing good right now. So honestly, that's why I started the social cause. Well, that's why I picked it, because I honestly feel bad for them. I'm trying to raise money to like donate to some homeless shelters and other things. But yeah, I really honestly sad.
Yes, that is very awesome. When I saw your social causes posted on your Instagram, I thought, oh, that is so awesome. That's so precious because, here in Nashville, we've got artists galore, but not everybody has a social cause, so it's really good that you guys have that. I think you'll be able to reach a lot of people with that. I'm curious about your schedules. How do you guys sing, perform, rehearse, and all that while you're with your school schedule on top of that? Cindy.
Well, like before I joined Girl Power, I used to procrastinate like all my school projects. Like I'd leave everything to the last minute. But then after I joined Girl Power, like I guess it wasn't working too well, like that kind of method. So I had to like make a schedule now. So I have like a schedule every day, and like when I should do my schoolwork, when I practice singing, when I practice dancing, and then that's kind of how I worked everything out. And so yeah.
Okay, okay. I think Callista is back now. Let's get her. All right, there we are. Tell me about your cause before we go any further, Callista.
So, my social cause is children's health and well-being, and Sick Kids Versus. And Sick Kids is the children's hospital that's in Toronto. And so, my little sister, she was born with a liver disease, and it caused her jaundice, like the jaundice that you would see in adults, not just like baby jaundice. And so she had to be in the hospital for the first month of her life at Sick Kids, because they didn't know what was happening until they took her to Sick Kids. And Sick Kids was like, oh, this isn't just baby jaundice, this is like real jaundice. Like her liver literally failed. She was super small. She was born at about 3 pounds. And so I really like to advocate and donate to a lot of children's health clinics, because if it weren't for pediatricians and the special care that they give to kids and all the special tools that they have to work on little kids' bodies, there would be kids that don't get to go home. And I think that every kid deserves to go home, just like my little sister. And so that is my social cause. And then I also advocate for gender, LGBTQ plus, and racial equality.
Okay, awesome. Quite the array of causes we've got going on. So I'm glad you guys have picked something that is close to your heart. That's always a good thing. So tell me, let's get back to the schedule for my public school friends. You and I are kindred spirits. I was in public school when I was growing up too. So tell me about what it's like. I have a little bit of a taste of that. Callista, go for it, since we just heard from you.
So I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to like get this wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the States, are Catholic schools private schools?
They are, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, in Canada, because Quebec's like national religion is Catholicism, the Catholic schools are like public schools. We just have to wear uniforms and then we have to do religion. And so I go to Catholic school, but it's basically just public school. And for that schedule, it's kind of weird. So basically we're split up into 2 groups, A and B. And so on some weeks, group A will go into school. And then in the afternoon, they have online class. And then on the same day, cohort B or group B won't go into school, but they'll go in the next day. And then they all do online together. It's super confusing. And even sometimes I get tripped up in like what day it is. Am I supposed to go in? Am I supposed to be online today? But I'm making it work.
So is that something that was happening pre-COVID or just when COVID started?
That was just this year in school, because when COVID first happened, schools were basically closed, and everyone's mark for when it was closed back in March was just what their mark was going to be for the rest of the year. So I know a lot of people, they didn't do their work. They didn't, and it was right in the beginning of a semester, so most of them had super high 80s, high 90s, so they just didn't do their work so that they didn't risk getting a lower mark.
All right. Well, so how do you guys plan and organize rehearsals and performances? You know, like when you guys are on tour, how does that all work out? Hey, Emma, go for it, and then Ashika.
Well, most of the planning is done by our manager, Dawn.
Okay. Props to Dawn.
Yeah, we have basically like a schedule. Like every Sunday, we would do rehearsal in person. Like before COVID, this is what was happening. And shows, I'd say we'd have one like basically every weekend, every Saturday, usually Saturday, sometimes Sunday. We've had things during the week sometimes at night, but most of our shows are on the weekends, and so that's not happening anymore. Basically, the shows we're doing are just we all pick a date that is good for us. We plan to do an online show, and our rehearsals are still on Sunday, but we do it online instead right now. But for tour, like you were saying, the schedule that was made up by the people who were like running the thing because there were a bunch of different artists. But yeah, that schedule was hard to follow because it changed like every day. It was weird.
Gotcha. So do you feel like at the end of the day you're just drained after school and rehearsal?
Well, we didn't really have rehearsal on school days, but
Okay.
but like yeah, after like a girl power rehearsal, I'm usually tired because we go for 8 hours, and but it's really fun, and even though it's tiring, it's what you need to you have to rehearse. Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And are you guys rehearsing together right now? Or are you having to social distance or wear masks when you do? What do you guys do for rehearsals?
Do on Zoom like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Ashika, did you have your hand up?
No, I was just gonna say that we rehearse every week on Zoom on Sunday, and then if we have a show or if it's like an important show or something, Dawn, our manager, will have like extra hours of practice, usually like on Saturdays or Fridays after school. We try not to have any rehearsals during school, so it doesn't like what's the word? Disturb our schedules during school, because some of us are in high school, and I know in high school it's like really tough to manage everything. Luckily I'm not in high school, so yeah. But during shows, we try and practice as much as we can, and we all practice like by ourselves every day. I think mostly around like 1 to 2 hours, so we can just perfect our own skills, and together it'll sound great.
Okay. Awesome. So, I started this show, Celebration Conversations, because I wanted I wanted it to be a place where people could talk about, um, celebrating struggles that they've come out of, most likely through music. Would any of you guys like to share about some struggle you feel like you've overcome with the group or just with music in general? Ida Maria and then Callista.
So just like my social cause, generalized anxiety disorder, it's really taken a toll on me, especially when it comes to like school and even like public speaking. Like in school, we used to do like speeches and everything like that. So obviously, I would always get very anxious. But when I started singing and started performing, literally all my nerves just like went out the door, and it was kind of like my safe spot where I felt like okay to be myself. I didn't have to be so like shy and worried. I realized that like being on the stage and performing just really, really makes me happy. And it's so funny because usually when there's like a group of people, you'd think like my anxiety would be like really, really bad. But music's actually like helped it and made me feel more comfortable. And the more that I go on stage, the more better I feel about myself. And now I still do have anxiety, but it's way better than it was before because of music.
Awesome. That's a beautiful story. Who did I say was next? I couldn't remember. Callista.
So, my story is actually kind of the same. I grew up really shy. I have 8 siblings, and so I grew up always kind of just being quieter because I was the middle kid, and so I had my younger siblings that I would always take care of, and then my older siblings that I would like look up to, and I just ended up being like a really quiet person because of it, and I didn't make friends really easily. I had friends from like growing up from JK, because when you're in kindergarten, it's easier to make friends, because
Yes.
everybody's there.
Yes, yes.
You're not afraid of anything.
Right.
But I wasn't good at making new friends, but when I joined Girl Power, I learned so many things like from music, but also how to just connect with people my age. Because right before I joined Girl Power, I developed like this little fear of teenagers. And I don't know why. I would see a group of teenagers walking down the street, and I would literally like try to hide. I'd be like, oh no, they're like looking at me. I'd be so afraid of them. And then I got in Girl Power. I got into grade 9, so high school, and I realized why was I afraid of them? Like, they're just people too. We're all nervous. It's okay. Just breathe. And then through music and Girl Power, I learned that it's okay to be who you are. Just let everything that you have inside out, because being shy doesn't get you anywhere.
Right, right. Have there been times where you guys have had struggles and you just like come together and try to help each other see it through it? Brigitte, I see you nodding your head.
Yeah, I personally I got bullied as a kid, and I still do get bullied, but it's not as bad because, to be honest, I went online because of something that happened last year I got bullied so bad that I wanted to go online, and it kind of like COVID kind of helped me there, and also I like when we had a camp before COVID, then we all hung out together, and I think COVID was still there, but it wasn't as high. And I was telling, like, had a few of the girls that were staying in the same room as me, and I was talking to them like, yeah, I get bullied, I need help, and they were like, to kind of like help my confidence too. And Girl Power also help my confidence when when I come on stage and all that, because I used to be like a wreck when it was before a competition. I was like, honestly, I would eat so much food. My mom was scared for me. She's like, okay, you need to calm down. You're fine. Just go on stage, nail it, and then come back off. And I'd be like shaking and sweating. And then now, when I do more competitions and now I'm with Girl Power, I'm like, yeah, I'm more confident now. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Anybody else want to share? Emma.
Yeah, the story I like telling about girl power, like, and me was they were performing where I live, and a girl named Chrislyn, who isn't in the band anymore, I saw a post, like I was just following her on Instagram, and I saw about girl power, and so we went to go watch them perform at Gage Park, which is just a local place near me. And I was so shy. Like, my mom was like, come on, dance and everything. And I didn't want to. Like, I was like, no, 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 no. But now I'm like up there on stage, like dancing and singing. And like, I was so shy before. Like, I just literally kind of like hid everything, and I was really quiet, and I didn't want to like dance or sing because I was like scared, I guess. And yeah, I've also been through bullying, and I deal with depression. And yeah, there's been some things in the past like couple months that have really affected me. Like, um, so yeah, it kind of sucks through COVID, because people's mental health has been getting worse, but it's something that I advocate for, and it's something that I write music about, and it's basically my goal in music. Like, I still obviously deal with these struggles, but I can tell from last year how I've gotten so much better with my mental health. So, yeah, my goal is just basically to help others, inspire others, and just help people who go through the same thing.
Yes, yes, to help them feel like they're not so alone, because you never know what other people are going through,
Yeah,
right?
like I just met my friends this year, and now I'm finding out all these things about them. Like, you would never know. Like, it's crazy how crazy their lives are, and I feel so bad sometimes. But the best thing to do is just be there for them.
Mhm. Yes, yes. Anybody else want to share?
But I know girls my age sometimes struggle with self-confidence. Like sometimes your self-esteem is always like low because of the world around you. But through Girl Power, we really want to spread positive messages, just like in our songs. Like, for example, Never Let Go is about like never letting go of your true self and like always staying true to yourself. And I think that's a really good aspect of our group, which is our songwriting, because we can spread positive messages like these.
Yes, yes, that's perfect segue into my question about This Is Us. I loved that song, by the way. Who wrote it? Who produced it? Was it a um a group effort, or did, a couple of people have some ideas? Anybody want to jump in there? Callista and then Karina.
So, whenever we write songs, we write them in like more separated groups. But and I think Karina was a part of that, and so I'm gonna let her speak more about it. But whenever we do write songs, our producer, Jovan, gives us a track, and then he kind of does like a little. He just kind of hums what he thinks the melody could sound like, and then he lets us play around with it, and then we just write out the lyrics in groups. And I'll let Karina.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Karina, go for it.
Yes, thank you for that segue, Callista. So yeah, This Is Us was like, the idea was our anthem. Like, this is, who we are, what we're all about, the social causes, the inspiring people through music, the singing, the dancing, performing. Like, we wanted to introduce ourselves to the world. That's why our album is called This Is Us, and then that's why we have a track on it called This Is Us. And so when we wrote the song, I remember we just wrote down a bunch of things on sticky notes and we put it up on the mirror in our dance studio, the one that we rehearsed at, and we looked at it and we were like, okay, like what sticks out to us? Like all these different, like it was just like a bunch of different words and a bunch of different ideas that we put on the mirror in the dance studio. And we looked at it, we're like, hey, what do we want to use? What do we not want to use? What do we agree on? What do we not agree on that we want to put in the song? And so I remember our producer Jovan, when he showed us, because he composed the track and then we came up with the lyrics to the track. So for this specific song, the music came first, the lyrics came second, obviously. And so we listened to that and then we were like, okay, this goes good together. We took down the sticky notes that we wanted to use, put it all together. I remember, yeah, as Callista was saying, it's like some of the songs that are in This Is Us, like, 3 of the songs will be like half of the girls, and then like 3 of the songs will be the other half of the girls, so we don't have to write all together. We can split up and like use our time wisely, so we don't have to like take like it doesn't take as long when we split up in half doing it.
Cool. Very cool. It takes takes the pressure off of one person having to do work. You guys are in a group effort, so that's awesome. What about the inspiration behind Chrissy? Am I saying that right? Yes. What was the inspiration behind that, Callista?
So basically, the story of Chrissy is just about anti-bullying as a whole, but there's like a storyline to it, because we didn't want to just have a song that was like, oh, don't bully, this is what you do, right, and stuff. It was more from the perspective of somebody being kind of bullied, or like this kids in like a school as a whole. And Chrissy is this like popular girl, and she thinks she's all that because she's super pretty and she has nice clothes. Like in my mind, she just is like a total fashionista, and people always compliment her and they're really nice to her, and it almost feeds her ego, and she is mean to other people. She puts other people down, and so on the inside, she doesn't really feel beautiful unless she's like getting these compliments and stuff. And so the song is kind of about yeah, you can be like a really like pretty face, but we're all beautiful, so why put other people down, kind of thing. And that's really what the inspiration was. Just don't bully people just because you think that you're more conventionally attractive than them, because it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
And also, just if someone's bullying you, try to think of it from their perspective. Maybe something's going on at home. Maybe they went through something. Maybe they were bullied before. And so, yeah, it's the song.
Let me ask, how many of you have been bullied before? Raise your hand. Yeah, that's all of you. My goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and put your hands down. Yeah. It is something. I have a 3-year-old daughter. She's about to be 4. And even at this age, I wonder if she's being bullied at school. Kids can just be so mean. Do you feel like you're able to heal from those wounds by getting together with your girls and making some music? Yeah, anybody else want to comment on that? Emma?
Yeah, I agree. Like with what other people were saying about self-confidence. Definitely Girl Power has helped with that. And also, my mom has taught me so much about how the bullies, like what Calista said, there could be stuff going on at home, or they could be totally jealous of you because I see like really famous singers. Like I just watched the Jingle Ball last night. I don't know if any of you guys did, but it's a Toronto like event basically.
Okay.
This singer Louis Capaldi, he sings the song "Someone You Loved." That song just became really popular. Anyways, so he was like telling his story about how kids were calling him fat and all this stuff. And look at him now; he's on the radio every day and he's doing great. And like people like Demi Lovato, what she's gone through and how amazing she is, and where they've gone. Like you can make it so far. So you realize that people are just jealous. And yeah, they just don't have anything better to do than be mean.
Yeah, yeah. I think Taylor Swift. Was she the one that did the song, Why You Gotta Be So Mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Taylor Swift. Yep. Yep. And then before that, you guys probably weren't even born yet, but before that song came out, does anybody know who Toby Keith was? No. Okay. Well, he was a country music artist, pretty heavy back in the early 2000s, and he had this song. You guys should check it out. It's called How Do You Like Me Now? And it was about being bullied and how this guy was maybe a nerd or something in high school, and he's like, yeah, now I'm a country music star. What about me now? How do you like me now? So anyway, yeah, along the same lines, different generation, but yeah, you guys should check that out. It's pretty cool. So anyway, well, you guys are just awesome. I would love to be in a room with you guys when you guys are rehearsing and just telling stories. Do you guys have slumber parties and things a lot? Probably not now because of COVID.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
COVID we used to, but like since you're saying you would love to see us rehearsing, I mean, we do live streams every Sunday at 5 p.m. like our time Eastern, so it's probably different over there. But yeah, you can always watch us. We're always singing and dancing on our Instagram and stuff like that. So
Okay.
if you
I
ever
bet.
want to see us.
Yes, thank you for that plug. I bet my daughter would love that. She's going to be a little performer someday too, I think. So she loves watching, we call it the big girls dance and everything. So anyway, what are some ways you guys take care of your mental health? Ida Maria.
Something that I do to take care of my mental health is just do something that I love, whether it's like singing or dancing. Like I know sometimes when I'm feeling like school's very overwhelming because right now I'm in online school, and before like COVID, like in March, I was doing like really, really well. But now I don't know why, but like now it's starting to get overwhelming with lots of work. So sometimes what I like to do to kind of relax my brain is I do meditation. So I've been doing meditation for quite a while now. I only do 5 minutes just because meditation, you have to be like so concentrated on something. And I'm starting to work on getting like to 10 minutes, but 5 minutes has like really helped just like relax my brain. So I would say you could do something that you love, or even meditation or yoga. Sometimes I like to do like my own little dance combos by myself and just dance to like music that I love, because that really, really makes me happy.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, then Ashika.
For me, I like doing, like Ida Maria said, anything that I love. My mom always encourages me to go like to walks outside because I'm doing online school right now, and I'm spending like 24 hours in my bedroom in this specific scenario where I'm just sitting on my desk and then doing all my schoolwork, and I literally never leave my room. It's so bad.
Mm.
So she tries and makes me go outside for at least once a day. And it helps too. I also like painting. I think that's really therapeutic, and especially like watercoloring. And I like playing some like podcasts or music in the background, and you're just kind of in your zone and just doing whatever you love. And you don't even have to be good at it, because you could just paint whatever, and it's just for your stuff. And I think there's a lot of like mental health like coloring books or something out there.
Yes, I have like 10 of those.
Yeah, I have a lot of those, and I like try and fill them up, but they don't like work out. But I try and do it as much as I can, because school is like so overwhelming. Like Ida said, I don't know what happened, but like before school, before online, I was doing so well. I was like always getting A pluses, and now it's just really weird, because it's because of the internet, and then something's wrong, and then I don't listen to what's happening, and you just get distracted really easily. So I think it's just do something that you love, or just go outside. Honestly, that's my best thing to do. Just take a walk. Even if it's snowing outside, just go. It's really nice outside. So
Yes, all good tips. Anybody else want to share a tip or a tool? Karina, and then Cindy.
I also enjoy going on nature walks. I think it's a lot of fun when the weather's not too cold, because as you probably have heard, in Toronto, GTA, general Toronto area, it does get pretty cold. There's snow on the ground, but
I have heard that,
today,
yes.
yeah, but today it was actually really nice. There's a lot of sun, so I went on a walk earlier before the interview. And I also do online yoga classes every day through Zoom, just like this, because before COVID and everything, I was like, dancing so much, and it was like dancing in person. But now there's like a few dance things happening online, but mostly what I've been seeing is a lot of yoga classes that are offered through Zoom. So I've been doing a lot of that, which is new for me. So it's just like opened like a whole new world, because I didn't really take yoga classes before, like other than if like one of my dance teachers did it one day like just for fun at dance. But yeah, this is like a whole new world doing yoga. I also do like face masks and like do my nails and stuff like that for fun, just to take care of myself. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. Who did I say was next? Cindy, I think. Yes.
So what I'm trying to do is just like get a full 10 hours of sleep every night before school, because I think like in the summer my sleep schedule was kind of messed up. I wasn't getting like a lot of hours of sleep. So right now I've just been focused on getting my full hours of sleep and rest. And then I've also been going on walks too. Like on my way back from school, I just walk home. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing.
That's awesome. I know that releases endorphins and things in your body. So, anybody else want to add to that? Callista.
So I meditate too, like whenever I get super stressed, I take a moment to just like breathe. And then I just start talking to like myself out loud though. I try to or I journal what I'm feeling. I'm like, oh, why am I feeling this? Why am I stressed? And then I get like my 2020 planner out, and then I start writing down what I have to do. I write out steps on like what I have to do to de-stress myself. And usually that means I like clean my room, even if it's already clean, I just re-clean it. Go for a walk, and then I'll go take like a nice bath or something. Or I'll just write out what I need to do or what I'm feeling, because I feel like when you just write it out, it's like out, and it's just
Yes, it's not in your body anymore.
Yeah.
It's out. All right. Well, we'll wrap up for today, ladies. Thank you so much for being on. I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you guys a little bit more and talking to you, getting to know your stories. Just keep doing what you're doing. I think it's awesome.
Thank you so much for having us.
thank you.
You are welcome. Hey there, don't go just yet. Be sure to hit subscribe to be notified of new episodes of Celebration Conversations each week. Show us some support by liking and sharing to inspire followers and friends alike. Follow me at syoungmusic on Instagram. I would love if you left a comment or a review about the episode. Be sure to visit Girl Power's website at www.girlpower.com. Be sure to follow them on Instagram at girl_pow_r.
been.